The finale opens with a small celebration. The Playmen staff throw director Chartreux a surprise birthday party. But behind the smiles, everyone knows things aren't looking great. The magazine's caught up in a messy legal battle with Playboy over its name, and if they lose the appeal, layoffs are inevitable. Adelina tries to stay calm, but even she feels how fragile it all is. Soon, the staff brainstorm new ideas for the next issue. Someone suggests covering the birth control pill. Parliament just repealed the ban, though selling or producing it still lands you in jail. The women want to write about it as a quiet revolution, freedom of love and choice. Adelina likes the topic, but knows it will be controversial. Then the lawyer arrives with bad news. A U.S. court just ruled in Playboy's favor, banning Playmen from using its name in America. The Italian case isn't decided yet, but it could set a precedent. Adelina later vents to Elsa, who is still determined to help. Elsa and Steve dig through archives at the American Studies Center, searching for anything that proves Playmen didn't copy Playboy. Eventually they hit gold. Old reports showing Playboy itself had once been sued for plagiarism before Hugh Hefner renamed it after an actual car company. That discovery gives Playmen its best defense yet. When the trial comes, the defense uses that discovery about Playboy's own name dispute to win. Playmen celebrates, but Adelina can't. De Cesare's been shot trying to stop a violent protest involving her son's girlfriend. She shows up at the victory party drained and angry. While she's gone, her ex-husband Saro Balsamo suddenly reappears, taking credit for the legal victory and reminding everyone he still owns the majority shares. Adelina's win just made his company more valuable. Later, she confronts him privately, begging to buy Playmen outright. He refuses and slaps her when she fights back, calling her worthless. Their son Lorenzo kicks him out, comforting his mom as she breaks down. From that point, Adelina's done being anyone's pawn. When she learns from Secretary Leila that Saro secretly married his young mistress in Mexico while still married to her, basically committing bigamy, she turns the tables. Using that proof, Adelina forces him to sell her the magazine. By the final scene, she walks into the Playmen office, surrounded by her team, finally in charge. Her voiceover says she no longer avoids her reflection because now she knows who she is, a free woman. Elsa runs into her boyfriend De Cesare, the cop once accused of shooting a protester. He explains the infamous photo that ruined his career was misleading. He was actually aiming at an armed man outside the frame. Curious, Elsa takes the photo to Poggi, who confirms the angle supports that theory. Later, Elsa and Steve find the documents that save Playmen's case, and she brings them to Adelina, but while she's trying to fix one mess, another explodes. Anna's mother shows up panicked. She's found a gun in her daughter's bag. Adelina sends Elsa to De Cesare for help. He checks police files and finds Anna's boyfriend Gianluca is tied to a radical group and on a watch list for shooting a right-wing student. De Cesare and Adelina rush to his address, where Gianluca shoots De Cesare and flees. Elsa keeps visiting the hospital, fighting with cops to see him. Eventually, one officer lets her in, saying she is his girlfriend, and the two finally reconnect, hand in hand, quietly forgiving each other. Unfortunately, her own court case doesn't end so kindly. At her trial, lawyers tear her apart, mocking her morals. At Playmen, Sorrow fires her. Even so, Adelina still promises to stand by her, telling Elsa to hold her head high. By the finale, she is standing beside Adelina again, part of the new Playmen, free and reborn, just like her friend. Anna shows up at Lorenzo's place carrying a gun, saying her boyfriend Gianluca gave it to her for safekeeping. Lorenzo freaks out, refuses to hide it at first. When her mom later finds the gun, they fight, and Anna runs away, taking Lorenzo's motorbike. After Gianluca shoots De Cesare, Anna convinces Lorenzo they need to run. If the cop dies, they will both be charged as accomplices. She insists nobody would care if they vanished. Lorenzo refuses, saying running makes them guilty. She calls him a coward and tries to leave with Gianluca anyway. Lorenzo punches the guy and stops her, telling her to go with him. She refuses, walking away from him for good. By the end, Lorenzo's shaken but still standing with his mom. He realizes the cost of blind love, both his and hers, and starts to see how destructive the adults around him really are. Meanwhile, director Chartreux is pulled into darker politics. A police contact warns him about compromising photos of a government minister with another man. The officer wants Chartrow's help retrieving the negatives and tempts him with a promotion at Corriere della Sera. Later, Poggi confides that he's actually the one who took those photos and plans to sell them to fund his escape with Chartrow to San Francisco. Chartrow secretly tips off his police contact, not realizing they'll arrest Poggi. He watches in horror as Poggi is dragged away, shouting that it wasn't supposed to happen like this.